All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Live Out Loud podcast. I'm Scott.
I'm Gary, and I'm ready.
Gary, you're ready?
I got it.
We're only like 4 seconds in and you're ready?
I am.
That's like,
I'm ready.
folks, if you don't believe in addiction recovery, miracles do happen. Gary is ready.
I am ready. I'm pretty well.
But you're still farting around with your phone.
Yeah, I'm still farting around with my phone.
I'm ready, but I got to tweak it now.
Yeah, but actually, I'm texting people that I can invite.
I want to move that away
I
from
not
your face.
loud enough?
You block your face with your microphone. It's like I'm interviewing somebody in the witness protection program. It's like just like a big blurry face.
I look much better when I'm blocking my face with the microphone.
Stop it. Okay, we got people joining us already, and we are so happy about that.
We do.
Good morning and good afternoon, and wherever you are. We are so glad you could join us. David, one of our fans, Laura, Emmanuel, Manny. It's our buddy Manny's out there. Enrique,
Henry. Hi, Henry.
So
Henry's missed.
Yeah, we want to thank everybody who's joining in and certainly talking to us and everything.
And David,
appreciate it.
Who's always there.
Yeah. Enrique says Joe says hello. I guess that's for you, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's for me, not you.
Okay. No problem. All right. Welcome, everybody, to the show. We want to thank everybody for joining us. This is brought to you by Live Out Loud Productions, actually. Live Out Loud has now expanded itself, and we've got Live Out Loud Productions.
Live Out Loud Productions.
Yeah,
that is cool.
This is Gary and me and Karen, and we put this together.
We're growing.
And, we're growing. We're doing more and more podcasts and everything else. We want to tell you that hey, Scott Sherman says, hi, Scott. Scott Sherman, I'm so glad you remembered my name was Scott. Thank you.
I hope your back is feeling better.
2 Scotts and a Gary. No waiting. There we go. But
hi, Edie.
But we do everything here, and Gary is on the road. He's helping so many people with music and drama and therapy and everything else that he does. And I'm here, and I'm putting together a new podcast for people. And so, if you're interested in doing a podcast, it's not a bad thing to get in touch with us. If you are in the South Florida area, even if you're not, you could be. I'm going to be working with some guys in Denver, Colorado, doing a podcast with them, and I could engineer it from here. And they could be in Denver and do the show. You
see, the man is technologically sound.
That's right. I sound really good. Technologically sound.
He makes you sound good.
So if you're interested in doing a podcast, then you certainly want to reach out to us. And that's something that we can help you put together.
Live Out Loud is growing.
Yes.
It is growing.
If you want to come into the studio and do your own show, please come and join us. But become part of the Live Out Loud production family. Also, I have to mention that if you or someone you love is suffering from addiction,
which is the main reason we're here.
And this because we are sponsored by Addiction Training Center, which again is Gary and I and Karen. And you can go to atceducation.com and learn about everything that we're doing, or you can even call Karen directly at 786-514-0893. I know we had somebody call our last show and talk to Karen. So if you need some help, give us a call. Talk to Karen at 786-514-0893, or go to our website. Maybe you're in recovery. Maybe you've already gone through this, or maybe you know somebody who's already gone through this and you just want to be helpful. You want to go out there and help clean up our communities, clean up our cities and our towns and our counties. Become a certified event interventionist through ATC. It's a certified course. You become nationally certified as an interventionist. It is backed by NADAC, and it's extremely affordable. If you go on the site, you can get the whole course. You can get your CEI certification for $275. But if you call Karen, we have a special discount. If you call Karen and tell her you heard it on LOL, you get a special discount. You could save yourself, I think it's like $50 or something like that. I mean, it's
$50. It's $50, folks.
$50 is $50. So give her a call if you'd like to become a certified event interventionist, or learn more about it. But this is important for us, isn't it, Gary? I know we goof around, but we were just talking about this before the show. We both have a heart that goes in the same direction,
right? And it's just to be there for someone who has had those problems that we've seen in the past. problems that we know can be corrected, but you got to want it. You have to want it. You have to want to be. I've worked with a lot of people in recovery that have to be there or are just sitting there because they're told either by the courts or by their families that this is their last chance. They got to go in, but if you really want it, if you really want to break out of that shell, then you should do it. Give us a call. We're here to help you escape from captivity.
Absolutely. Again, atceducation.com, or you can call Karen. Just the coolest person like on the planet, right?
Yeah.
786-514-0893. Our love goes out to all of you. And if you're having any kind of problems or suffering, certainly our prayers and our thoughts are always with you. But reach out. We'll be there to help. All right. With that being said, Gary.
Which is pretty much why we're doing this. I mean, getting up at early on Saturday mornings and coming in here, we could bullshit together all the time without doing it in front of a camera. But the reason that we're reaching out is so that you could reach out also.
That's right.
I mean, it's really important. Get yourself or get somebody that help. I'm telling you, in the long run, they will, no pun intended, in the long run, they will be glad that you did. At first, they might be thinking, "Oh, you're really screwing me,"
Yeah.
Putting me in this cage or I don't need treatment, but they need treatment. I'm just really passionate about this, and I'm just letting you know that you're not going to be criticized by anybody thinking, "Oh, you turned him in."
Yeah.
You told on him. Why are you overstepping their boundaries?
Let me tell you right now, simple answer. Is it worth having somebody pissed off at you if it means saving their life?
Mm-hmm.
If you love somebody enough, you care about somebody enough, it's worth them hating you for a little while, if that's what it takes. Because I'll tell you what, when my kids need help or somebody I love needs help, I would rather have them hate me than die of this addiction. And people are dying. But right now, we want to talk about some other things. We're going to remind you of all this information at the end of the show, because so make sure that if you didn't write down the phone number or anything else, but also, you know what? This show is on. It's on YouTube. It's on the LOL Podcast YouTube channel. It's on the ATC Network YouTube channel. It's on all of our Facebook pages. Gary, mine, Live Out Loud podcast page, and the Addiction Training Center page on Facebook, and it's perpetually up there. So go back and watch it later if you didn't get this information. But if you're listening to me right now, it means you are getting the information. So I'm not sure why I say that.
Right, and we will say hello to Debbie because you know why you're saying it? It's because nope, I got nothing. I got nothing. I don't know why he's saying that either. No, but that's good.
Right. Let's catch up. We got a few people to say hello to.
Jeannie said Karen was awesome to her, and she needed her, and she just called Karen, and Karen, she takes the time to talk to you.
There's our friend Lynn out there. She's saying hello, Scott and Gary.
Victoria.
She's the one who helped set us up with the new system. And
Lynn.
Much love to you, Lynn. She's going to be in town actually in a couple, about a month and a half.
Well, good.
So
looking forward to meeting her.
Be able to meet her, and she's going to help us set up our pop-up podcasts where we can be on our phones anywhere we are, and we can just do a pop-up LOL show at any time.
Right. That is if you're not sick of us every other Saturday.
Yeah, but there's times when I'm sitting in the bathroom and I'm thinking I could really be using this time to better advantage.
Well, I hope you think twice about that.
That's
okay.
And Debbie out there, thanks for joining us today. Of course, Jean, and like Gary just said, she's saying Karen was awesome to her because she called to get some information.
Victoria.
And, Victoria's with us.
Virginia. And my Temptation's on.
Is Tammy on now?
Yep, she's on.
All right. So we've got everybody out there. We appreciate you guys joining us. Today we're talking about, and this is Gary's thing. Gary came up with this one.
Yep.
Ripoffs.
Ripoffs and scams.
Ripoff scams, and I added bad ideas in there. So I figure we'll just tie it all into one. Rip-off, scams, and bad ideas.
Wait, I don't see any additions in here. I'm sorry.
It's on my page, which I have the buttons over here. So, you know what? Before we start that, before we get involved in it, I got to tell you guys, I went out last Saturday night and I saw Anthology.
Anthology played.
Which
That's
is
right.
Gary, Tom, John, and
Joe. And Gary, Tom, John, Joe, and Paul.
The bass player, Paul.
Let's not forget Paul.
These guys were awesome. We had such a great time. And it was just so much fun. And of course, whenever you're doing Beatles music, it's always a lot of fun. So I'm going to show you a little something that we got to. I was so glad to be out there for the event, and it's just adding a little bit extra to what you guys do every Wednesday, which is your Threedles, and it's you and Tom and John
Tillman, yeah,
and you guys do have so much fun. I was going to go last Wednesday or the other night, and I just had something come up where I was just traveling and I couldn't get back to where I needed to be.
That's all right, man. You showed up
but I was there Saturday.
Anthology.
And I will be there Wednesday, and I'm inviting. Are you definitely there this Wednesday?
We're definitely there this Wednesday. Yeah.
This Wednesday, I am making the commitment. I would love to fill a table with LOL fans and LOL people and
LOL come.
I would love
all 15 of you right now.
Yes, all 15. If you're listening from out of town,
and if you're listening to this and we're not live, also come. We had somebody listening from where? Australia? Where was that person listening from?
It was it was somewhere like that.
Yeah. And Lynn, of course, is in a different state.
Lynn is in Billings, Montana.
Hello, Lisa Burns. Lisa Burns is an old friend of mine from like right after high school.
Yeah.
And David Barnes.
All right.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
So, and
we'll early in the morning.
We'll try to get your comments up as you guys are bringing them in and stuff. But we also want to talk about, Lynn is saying that she loves that song. It's one of her favorite duets she used to do with her brother back in the day. Her brother was a musician from Florida.
What Twist and Shout?
Yeah, when you guys were singing that. And Lynn, I can't remember your brother's name. I think it was. Lynn, if you could do me a favor and just kind of put it out there, because I think Gary would know him because he was really big in the music scene down here. He passed away a little while back.
Oh, really?
But there were places that were, I guess they had certain things named after him and different things like that.
Is last name Serrano?
No.
Okay.
No,
that's a married name.
No,
okay.
I think the last name's Anthony, but I'm not positive.
Oh, okay. Well,
so
need to know.
Lynn, just let us know so that way we can see if Gary connects with that. But let's get back to our topic now. Lisa Burns, thanks for joining us. What are we talking about when we're talking about ripoffs? What brings that to mind for you?
All right. I got this in the mail. Okay. Tell me how many.
Oh, by the way, did you wear the shoes yet?
No. I haven't worn the shoes yet.
Oh, okay.
No.
I haven't worn mine either yet. I guess we're waiting for just that right occasion
I think we
for
should
us to go out and be Soul Brothers.
Yeah, and put our best foot forward.
Mark Anthony Roman.
Right over his head.
He did 70s.
Right over his head.
I'm sorry.
Boom. And put your best foot forward.
Put our best foot forward. That's right. Because we're always in step.
That's right. We have a lot of soul.
I already did the soul. You can't go backwards and use my word on another statement.
Oh, that's right. You did say soul.
I did say.
Well, I don't remember things
Yes.
20 seconds earlier.
Okay. So Lynn was saying Mark Anthony Roman.
I'll have to work on my tread.
Do you know Mark Anthony Roman? Does that name sound familiar?
Mark Anthony Roman.
I guess he was more in Central Florida, but he did some stuff all over. His musical. He did 70s Rewind was something he did. Does that sound familiar to you at all?
70s Rewind does. A radio. I think it's a radio show.
I'm not positive. I don't know.
Like that. I'm not sure.
But anyway, when Lynn's here, we'll reminisce and we'll see if we can connect the dots on who knows who.
Pictures.
We'll do all that.
Help me.
David said, "What the heel?"
What the heel?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I got
Oh, boy.
it. Good.
I went to the doctor the other day. I said, Doc, I got a foot fetish. What can you do? And he goes, well, I really can't help you with the foot fetish, but he gave me something for my athlete's tongue.
Oh,
all right. Is that gross?
No, it wasn't gross.
Kind of threw up in my mouth a little bit on that one. So we're talking about ripoffs and scams.
Ripoffs. Okay, so let me tell you why I thought of that. Of course, I'm sure everybody's familiar with the things that you get in the mail, which are a total waste of tree and a total waste of time.
Total waste of tree.
Yeah, these pieces of paper that used to be trees, right? I'm a little bit of an environmentalist. I drive a Prius, okay? Of course, I don't take the time to recycle as much, but as much as I should. Tammy helps me with that. Recycle. Or she was big on. We used to have a. I'm going off on a tangent.
I don't recycle anymore.
Anyway, so in the mail, I get this thing saying that they're going to give me twice as much money on my 2015 Prius as the Blue Book special says if I come in on a new car, right? If I get a new Prius or a new Toyota.
Wait, you just got this one last year.
Right. I'm just saying they send this to me, right?
Okay, all right.
So I went in just to investigate it, right?
Yeah.
First thing they do is they say, okay, well, if you want to get a new one, we have to look at your car, right? Oh, this is the biggest thing. I have 4 numbers on my card. I could win $10,000 if my number matches the number on this sign that they have, right? If you match this number, you win $10,000.
All right.
So come on in, check the number with it, okay? They also sometimes they send keys to fit in the car, but they're not going to, the key never fits. So I asked the guy, I said, do you have a list of people that have won? Because you never win.
No.
It's just come in, and then once they get you in there, they want it. Now, once they get you in there, they want to sell you a car, and they want right now. There's a lack of used cars.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
because everybody kept their cars during the COVID. I mean, essentially, the car industry shut down for a year and a half.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the first thing this guy gives me a piece of paper, which I've gotten before, that says, if I can give you the number that you are happy with, will you buy the car today? So he wants me to sign this. Okay. So now this has happened to me before. So what I did was I said, well, I'm not going to sign this.
Wait, do you get to choose the number that would make you happy?
There was no number on the paper.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I signed it. The last time that I went to buy a car, I signed it. If I'm happy with the number, then I'll buy the car today. So we go back and forth. He goes to the manager. He comes back. He says, okay, we're going to give you the car for blah, 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 blah. And I said, well, I'm not happy with that number. And then he said, okay, well, and then they have the excuse. And then the general manager comes in. And if they are in a hurry for you to buy that car, then you got to watch out. You got to watch out for that. You see, I got that here. Being rushed. If you're hesitant about buying, a salesperson may try to push you into a sale, telling you that the deal they offered is good on that day, or another buyer is interested. Right?
Yeah.
Right? So don't be rushed into an emotional, impulsive direction. Be prepared to walk away. You have the advantage. There are plenty of other car dealers at that shop, okay? Or to shop at, right?
I used to sell cars.
Oh,
I took a break. I was a little burned out when I did TV and radio up in Philly and Jersey and stuff. Mm-hmm. I had to take a break. There's a lot of stuff going on, one of the places I did infomercials for, the car dealership says, you got to come and sell for us. And I'm like, okay, great. I walked away from the TV radio for a little while and went to sell with them. Eventually I went back to the TV radio because they gave me an offer I couldn't refuse.
Right. And you felt guilty.
Yeah. It was then there was lawyers and lawsuits. So, like the equipment wasn't mine. Come on, really? Anyway,
Right. You just didn't have to pay for it.
so I go to sell these cars, and I found the perfect scam because it was like my third day there, and they kind of set me loose. I was like, my training was like nothing.
Okay.
Because they assumed I knew
Right.
what I was doing because I spent so much time doing infomercials there. They said, well, he must know.
Oh, they didn't teach you to rip off schemes?
No. So what I did was I went out there and I'm walking around the parking lot. This guy comes up to me and he's like, I'd like to buy a car. And this is a Honda thing. So usually people who walk onto a Honda lot are ready to buy a Honda.
Well,
it's
Honda's
just,
great,
it's a
right.
very loyal brand. And he says, well, can you show me this? Can you show me that? I said, listen, you might want to get somebody else because this is like my third day. I don't know what I'm doing. I might screw things up for you. And I want to make sure that you're happy. And I'm just really afraid that I'm going to make a mistake. And I hate to waste you. He goes, listen, I'm with you. That's really cool. Thank you for being honest. And he goes, let's do this together. And next thing I know, this guy's leading me around a lot, telling me about cars. And he's like, and it was great. And I sold a car. Like my third day, I sold a car, brand new, like a Honda Pilot, fully loaded, big ticket, right? So I'm like, this is perfect. Every time a customer came on the lot for the next year, I'm like, listen, I'm brand new here. I don't know what I'm doing. I started selling the second month I was the top salesman.
Oh, they must have loved you.
The problem
no,
was
I'm talking about the other salesmen, and I mean,
they hated me.
Very sarcastic.
They hated me. This was in David's. This was in Jersey. I was doing this.
Jersey.
The seventh month, I'm in the lot. This guy walks up to me, and I'm like, "Listen, I don't want to waste your time. I'm brand new here and everything else." And I'm not even thinking. And I'm looking at the guy. I'm like, "He looks awful familiar." He was the guy that I sold the car to on the first day. He came back to get a car for his wife. And here I am. I'm telling them the same bullshit story. He actually thought it was hilarious and still bought the car from me.
Oh, did he?
But it's all scams. It's all scams. They already know what they can sell the car for. Here's the thing. It would be beautiful if you can go in and say, just give me the best price right now. Don't do this thing where if I walk out the door, all of a sudden there's a better price hiding somewhere. Because you know what that means? If they can give you a better price and they don't, that basically says we're going to take every dime we can squeeze out of you instead of saying we're really giving you the best deal we can.
Right. Or you'll go in and you see on the internet, but don't mention it to the guy, that the car is being sold for a certain price. And then he quotes you a higher price.
Yeah.
It's like, well, wait a minute. Okay. I need to see.
You wanted tires with that? Hold on a minute.
Yeah, right. I'd like to, at that point is where you say, I'd like to see somebody else and just shoo him out of the way. Just move him off to the side because this guy immediately, you can tell that he's messing with you.
Right.
Oh, I got to say hello to all of my nieces and nephews, John, Zoe, Justice, Scarlett, and Sonny are all watching right now. So
there they are, right there.
Nieces and nephews,
they're right up there, guys.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So you push them aside. Hey, Pete Moran, our sound man, and my brother.
Pete says, yeah, you know Jersey? I know Jersey. Yeah, I know
Jersey.
Yeah, I know Jersey. You know what I'm saying? I know Jersey. All right. Forget about it.
Yeah, watch.
Yeah, you don't know Jersey until you hear him say the word coffee.
Coffee.
Yeah. Have a cup of coffee. Sit down. Have a little Italian coffee. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So be weary of what sounds too good.
Of course.
Be wary of what sounds too good. And these used car guys or these car dealer guys, they got to make a living. I'd like to meet the guy. There are so many. I had a guy, a used car dealer. I was buying a Prius for a change. And on the back of the car was a FAU sticker.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
Florida Atlantic University. For
and
those
the guy is telling me that it's a lady's car that just drove it back and forth to. The old line. It's a little old lady used to drive it back and forth.
Drove back and forth at church, and and then on Wednesday night she'd stop at the Piggly Wiggly. That was it. That was the whole use of the car.
Right. So I look at the sticker and I go, but there's an FAU sticker on here. It can't belong to it's got to belong to a student. He says, oh no, that was a professor that worked at FAU. And it's obviously it's a student sticker. I said, It's a student sticker.
Yeah.
So it must have been a younger guy that owned the car. So immediately I turned around. I walked in to the sales department. I said, I got to talk to the sales manager. And I got a new guy. They're out to get you.
They are. Listen, just, I want you to think about, would you accept the fact that you go into the store to buy a gallon of milk?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you get to the register and, you walk up to the gallon of milk and it says it's $2.49 for the gallon of milk or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
You walk up to the register, all of a sudden the price is $4.49.
Yeah.
And then you'd be like, wait a minute. And they're like, oh, okay. Well, let me go talk to the store manager. I can give you the milk for $3.49. Would you accept that?
Right.
We wouldn't accept that anywhere else in our life.
Mm-hmm.
Nowhere. But we accept it when we're buying cars from people. And they've created all these little things. And listen, I love the people I used to work with. And, the guy I worked with in Jersey, I'm not going to mention his name, but it was a Honda. He was very honest. He was very straightforward, but he's still part of the car business. And the car business is all about, here's what I have to get for that car. Now I'm going to start it way up here and I'll work it backwards.
Right.
And anybody that says no negotiation, no hassle pricing, none of this, none of that. If you walk in and they offer you a car and they say, this is the bottom line. And you say, listen, I'll take it for 500 less. And if they give you that 500 less, then walk out because they already lied to you.
Yeah. Right.
Why do we accept that? That's like going to the doctor and he's like, okay, we're going to remove your appendix, and just before you go under, he says, but it's going to be a surcharge if you want me to sew you back up.
Yeah.
No, don't worry about it. Just hand me a stapler. I'll do it myself. All right.
John says, why do I love my brother? Because he admits he owns a Prius.
I know not many men could. He's very comfortable with his masculinity.
I'm very happy about my Prius.
He is very happy about his Prius.
I love my Prius.
He's overly happy.
I had 5 of them. I'm very happy with my Prius.
I saw him leave the concert the other night to go home, and I saw him walk out, and he was so happy with his performance. He hugged his Prius, and he had a moment. I don't know what the words were saying, but there was whispering going on.
What color was the car? You sure it was me?
No, not entirely.
Okay, there you go. All right, watch out for higher financing costs. Okay, because they'll say, look, I can get you financed at the same price that you're paying right now, and then by the time it goes through, this is one of my experiences. It was $150 higher than I was paying. So watch out for higher finance costs. Spot delivery scams. Okay.
What do you mean spot delivery scams?
Dealers can also cash in on delivery costs.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got to pay. You got to pay them because the car was shipped to their facility.
Right.
They're actually charging you for the product coming to the store.
Yeah, dealer's cost.
To the dealer. And it's like, what the hell are you doing that for? That's like, okay, I got my dozen eggs. Well, wait a minute. We got to pay the guy who drove the truck here from the farm.
Right.
So you're going to have to, that's coming out of your pocket. It's like, no, that should already be in the cost.
Right. If it's dealer cost, then it's dealer cost. That's why they call it dealer cost, because it's the dealer cost. So you take you take the paper and you go like this and you say, okay, well, forget about that.
Dealer
Then
cost.
you also have extended warranties. They love to throw that at you. Extended warranties. Okay. Then extras. How about extras? Okay, don't buy them. Okay, they're pure profit for the dealer, like extra windshield wipers or fabric protection.
Yeah.
What is this?
And by the way,
A VIN etching on the window, just in case, right? It's like, come on, right?
VIN etching. Well, if I'm paying for an etching, I want it to say my name. You're going to etch something and put my name on it, and if you do that, I'll pay the extra for it because I know you actually did it. What about them putting their advertising on your car without asking you?
Oh yeah,
I just bought a brand new car, got to drive off the lot, and I've got to say Bob's Auto on the back of my car. No, I make them remove it when I get cars because I buy new cars all the time.
Right. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Gary's talking about
used pieces. He buys used pieces for cars.
Gary's talking about
used cars.
The blue book price of cars. I look at the blue light special for cars.
No, he looks at the only blue he looks for is the blue light special at a coffee shop. Okay, right? Take it. Take it.
Gone.
Where is it?
That's good stuff, Gary.
Goodbye.
That's good stuff. I mean,
that is good stuff.
Why would we accept getting ripped off like that? Now let's talk about the financials for a moment. You want to talk about something that is so ass backwards or bass backwards or whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
The financing.
Somebody
walks in and says, "Oh, they've got all the money. They got perfect credit. They got tons of money. We're not going to charge them as much." Somebody else walks in, desperately needs a car, but doesn't have any credit and doesn't make that much money. We're going to charge you more because you have less.
Right.
This is what our country is based upon. Taking people who have less and making them pay more for everything, making it harder on them. This is what's wrong. And guess what? We accept it. We bend over. We bring the KY jelly.
Hey, listen, love America, but America, you got to love us. People, just be kind to everybody. Just be honest to everybody. Dean Summers is with us now.
Dean Summers, man.
Our man.
My man. We had a nice time. We didn't really talk because we were listening to your music, but we were sitting at the same table.
No, you don't talk when you listen to our music. Ask Tammy. She knows.
Dean orders a dinner. He orders a dinner and then changes his mind. And the waiter, who never left the table, said, "Sorry, the kitchen already has the order."
Yeah.
And Dean's like, "What? Wait a minute. You didn't even go anywhere." It was like some magic genie thing or something. It's like this pad that they have, and he types it in, and boom, it already went to the order.
That's right, they do.
So Dean's like, "Well, screw it. Give me the other one and bring both." And then he shared his other food with the table. It was very nice.
That's so Dean.
It was so funny though when the guy says the kitchen already got it, and I'm looking at him like, what?
Yeah,
it's
like
iPad. He's the Flash.
Techno. Yeah, right. I'm back. Now Dean went to Cadillac to just get an oil change, and he left with a different car.
Was it cheaper than the oil change? What? I mean, I'm not well, the oil change is going to cost you $42,000. Well, we can get you into this new one for $38,000.
Which there brings us to dealerships that work on your car. Working a dealership will always charge you 300% more than a mom and pop dealer. Or a mom and pop mechanic. If you're going to get an oil change, get your oil change at somebody in America that is thriving to start a business, a mom and pop store. Every chain is, I think, is out to get you. Now, I'm not saying anything bad about America. America is a wonderful place.
God bless America.
Right. I'm going to try to interrupt that before it gets too far. That's right. And America is great. But if we could just get all the people to join together, whatever kind of political background you have, or whatever political views you have, let's get back together again. And let's look out for the other guy.
Glory,
Looking out for the other guy is what we want to do here in America.
Glory,
be kind to
hallelujah.
someone. Be good to somebody.
Glory, hallelujah.
Either you're closing your eyes to the situation you do not wish to acknowledge, or you're not aware of the caliber disaster indicated by the separation of American people. Where did that come from? Holy cow.
That was fun. That was fun. Yeah, pretty soon we're going to have people standing over here on Griffin Road carrying signs with our names on it.
That's right.
You notice they're out there again?
No, I didn't see.
The Trumpers are out there again?
Yeah, waving their flags.
Yeah, well, election's over. I'm not sure they know that. Oh, boy. Anyway, yeah, so I agree with you 1,000%. We are so ass backwards. We give all the breaks to people who don't need the brakes. Now, listen, I'm not saying you should be punished because you're successful and you made money. I'm not saying that. But why punish people who are not making money?
That's right. If you have money, they want to be your friend. Pete Moran, he says he recently bought a new van, wanted to pay cash, and everywhere he went, they wanted more money because he wasn't financing.
Yeah. See, now people go in there and they say, like, I'll get a better deal because I'm going to pay cash for this car. What you don't realize is that then the dealerships don't get the kickbacks from the financing companies, and they lose money when you pay cash.
That's right.
So they're not going to give you a better deal. They'll give you a better deal when you finance because they make money on the back end of that too.
Remember the old saying, well, what if I pay cash?
Yeah.
It's like, well, it's going to cost you this much. Well, what if I pay cash? The mind thinks that they're going to say, oh, well, if you're paying cash, then we'll cut you a deal on that. No,
I'm telling you, it's a crazy backwards world, and you're getting ripped off left and right, and we accept it. We accept that the less you have, the less your opportunities are.
So stand your ground.
And it just makes me crazy. And maybe we need to put our foot down with this car dealership and these other kind of things where these people can do these kind of things. Airlines the same way.
Airlines
are even worse as far as ripoffs are concerned. I buy my seat on the plane today for next month, and I'll pay. Let's say I pay $100 for my flight today. Flights next month. Now, last minute, 2 days ahead of time, I want to get the seat. They still have open seats, but now because they know I'm desperate, they will charge me $800 for that $100 seat. And we accept it. We say that's okay. Why is that okay?
Because you won't be able to fly if not.
Yeah. It's like saying, we don't want people taking advantage of other people, but that's all we do. We allow it in certain areas. We allow it in car dealerships. We allow it in financing and in credit cards and other things, and they punish people for having misfortune. And then they do it with their airlines and with our travel.
Right. If you have to cancel a trip or if you just have to move the date, they'll charge you half of the plane ticket just to move the date. And now I worked at JetBlue. Okay. I know that all it does to change the date is to type in something. I can't see it. It's just to type in something on the computer, and it takes 4 minutes, 5 minutes at the most. Why do they need to charge $150?
It doesn't make any sense, and we accept it. We accept
because we have to.
I understand prices go up and down with fuel costs, and they go up and down with different times of the year. But, and I understand that, Uber does it too, by the way. Uber says, here's our price if you're going to travel at this time of day. Now, if you're traveling at a time when there's a sporting event, we charge more.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I kind of get that because there's more traffic and it might take the driver longer to get places. So I could kind of live with that, but I don't get the airline thing. I don't think it's right. I don't think they should be doing it. I think there should be some sort of investigation into this and why it's okay to rake people over the coals.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not right. Stop accepting it, everybody. Do what I do. Never buy a new car again. Just buy fenders every once in a while. Blue light
or door handles.
That's right.
Blue light.
It's my blue light special car. What's your blue book cost? I don't have a blue book cost.
He spends most of his time on eBay looking for parts for his car.
I looked up my car in Blue Book, and all it says is "ha ha ha." I mean, I'm not even sure what that is.
So really, you have one of those? That's what it said.
Yeah.
It said.
I'm sorry, you were looking for the antique magazine.
How much it's worth, and it was a negative.
I'm waiting. This car, it's not even that old. It's got some. It's got some mileage on it. It's been ridden hard and hung out wet.
Right. So when he sells his car, he's got to pay you to take it.
All right. So Dean's going to try to give us an intelligent answer for one of our things about the financials. He says, because sadly, shareholder dividends come before taking care of your fellow humans.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which is also the same situation with Verizon or AT&T. If you get four phones, there is a $35 or $40 connection fee. what is involved in connecting a phone that they send to you? I worked at Bell South Mobility. I had a lot of jobs. I worked at Bell South Mobility when Bell South Mobility was, we're talking 20, 25 years ago.
That was the old bag phones.
That's all it is
Yeah.
to get somebody going. $40 for each phone, just to be. I wanted to get one phone, the information from one phone to another phone, and the guy wanted to charge me $40
Oh man.
to change it from one phone to another. It's just crazy. Now, you know what this show is all about? This show is all about Scott and I just whining and crying. Ready? Go. Okay.
Oh,
But doesn't it feel good to be able to
I
whine
feel like
and
it was
cry?
a scene out of Lucy. I Love Lucy or something.
It's good to be able to vent every once in a while, to think. And also another thing, the reason I came up with this scams and rip off show is because I want to tell you the Better Business Bureau is like my best friends.
Really?
Anytime that you have a problem with a company, call the Better Business Bureau. I am telling you, they're wonderful. The Better Business Bureau is wonderful. Okay?
Yeah.
I want to tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Go
absolutely.
on the Better Business Bureau.
Let me tell you something else. You mentioned the cell phones.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite actors is Ryan Reynolds. I just think he's funny. I think he's funny. I think he's brilliant. I love the Deadpool stuff. I love all the stuff he's done.
Waiting, right?
I even liked Green Lantern, and a lot of people are like, oh, it's a horrible movie. But I like Ryan Reynolds. He's cool.
Well, that's okay. Green Lantern, I understand that because of your car.
Yeah. What?
Well, you still like your car, so.
Oh my God.
And then again, you like me, so
Ryan Reynolds bought.
I can't really say much for your.
He bought a phone company.
Yeah, he bought a phone company.
What is it? Green something or Mint?
Yeah.
Mint Mobile.
Yeah, he's doing commercials.
And he is giving you the exact same service for $30 a month that you're getting charged $100, $150, $200 a month by these other carriers. And don't tell me they're not charging that, because they'll tell you it's only 60, and then they put all the upcharges and all the other stuff in there. Mint Mobile is finally taking it to them. And I'm telling you right now, I left Sprint because Sprint was treating me well for 5 years. They treated me really well. T-Mobile took them over, and I got treated like a second-class citizen. They didn't give me any service. They didn't do anything. So I'm gone from that. I'm using another one of the large carriers right now, but I hope these little guys come up and knock these big guys off on their asses, because these big guys have had enough time screwing with us. Do you even understand these data plans and everything else? It doesn't cost them anything more. No. Just get a good fair price for the phone, get a fair price for the service, and stay with that and stop screwing around with people. Cable TV's doing it too.
Cable TV.
I don't even understand what I'm paying for, and I'm a little upset because I went and reduced my services. Then I got my bill, and I'm like, I don't even know what I'm paying for right now.
Right.
I don't even know what I'm paying for. And they're like, well, the internet, we upgraded your internet. And I'm like, well, what was wrong with the other internet? And why is that so expensive? And I wish we had alternatives. And again, Ryan Reynolds, if you're watching, which he might be. Yeah, he's probably having coffee with Brad Pitt right now, watching the show.
Yeah, right.
Thank you. Thank you for stepping forward and saying enough is enough. And hopefully we're going to have car companies. We're going to have other places that are going to start coming forward and saying enough is enough. Let's stop ripping people off and start giving them stuff.
That's what CarMax was doing. CarMax was saying, all right, this is our no haggle price. I've never bought a car at CarMax. I don't know if they're any good, but there are no haggle, and a lot of these auto mall places are now no haggle.
Gene just reminded me, Ryan Reynolds started on a show called Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place. I don't know if you remember that show. I think it was only on for like 2 seasons or something. Did you see it?
I never saw it.
I remember it, but I don't think I ever watched it. Karen's chiming in, and Karen again, who's our business partner and friend and mentor. She says she streams everything now. She just got sick of the cable thing, but you still got to pay for the internet.
But the internet, and the internet, they'll charge you $25 for internet, $50 for a little faster internet, $85 for a faster internet, And $110 for the fastest internet.
And that's what I have.
Come on, man. You know,
and we've got to have fast internet in here so we could be out there with you, lovely people, on days like this. We love you.
Right, but internet is internet. What is it? A button that they got to push? Come on.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I have no idea. Once the infrastructure is built, which is pretty much built at this point, and it's got to be maintained. I understand. I mean, it was expensive to build the infrastructure to handle mobile phones and internet and all that stuff, but it's kind of out there. And now these little guys are coming in saying, well, we're just going to buy a little space on your thing and we're going to sell it cheap. And that's basically what they're doing.
Good.
And good for them. Mint Mobile, check it out. If you need cell phone service or your kids need something and they can't afford all these big players and you don't want to get them involved in all this stuff, go to Mint Mobile. This is a free advertisement for them.
Yeah, but you know something? Once you get to Mint Mobile, you got to be careful because if there are some cellular phone companies that suck. You know, not just for prices.
Their service.
The phones drop. When you were with Sprint, every time I called you, there was a problem.
Yeah, let's blame Sprint for that. It wasn't me not answering my phone. It was Sprint. That's why I left them because
no, the phone answered.
There was a period of time I wasn't answering my phone a whole lot. Yes. All right. I threw a few bad ideas in there that came out that I want to just kind of throw out there because we got to get to the curiosities. We're flying through the show.
That's right.
But we talked about the ripoffs.
This show should be called.
This show should be called like tell me more. But anyway, the Evil Knievel stunt cycle was a ripoff. You remember that? The Evil Knievel. When I grew up, a hero of mine. I want to do a whole show on heroes one time.
It's a big seller though.
It was a huge seller, but they put it on TV and they'd always have this thing do like 2 flips in the air, land and keep going. And I owned mine forever and it never did that. It never did that.
Well, your luck with vehicles is not the best.
Oh. Bite me and chew hard. Another ripoff, ice cream, half-gallon ice creams. You can't buy half gallons anymore. They made it a little less than a half gallon. If you look at ice cream now, it used to be half-gallon containers. They don't do that anymore. Still the same price. In fact, more expensive, but you don't get the half gallon anymore. Now it's whatever it is, but it's not a half gallon.
Oh, okay.
It's less than a half gallon of ice cream. I don't know why. They took it away. Why? I mean,
well, it's like a bag of potato chips. You see the size of a bag of potato chips?
Yeah, but they got a reason for that. The air in the bag keeps the chips from breaking.
It's not working.
I know it's not.
Right.
It's not. I still got Dorito dust at the bottom of the bag.
Mm-hmm.
When you can solve the Dorito dust problem, you can solve the problems of the world.
You eat about 5 potato chips, and the rest of the chips you have to eat with a straw. Right.
Speaking of food, here's some bad ideas from food. Watermelon Oreos.
Oh, is it really?
Yes, they came out with watermelon Oreos. It's not recent. It was a while ago. Did not sell. Total bomb. Mm-hmm. Geez, I wonder why.
Yeah.
What freaking genius is getting paid to come up with watermelon Oreos?
Watermelon Oreos. Ugh.
Yeah. I mean, just think about chocolate and watermelon is not a good mix.
No.
Watermelon
and chocolate. Chocolate is great on a lot of things. Watermelon, it isn't.
This is my favorite. Pizza Hut body spray. Pizza Hut actually came out with its own line of body spray, just in case you wanted to walk around smelling like a pizza oven. I mean, I understand. Listen,
I love the smell of pizza.
Do you really want to? Do you want that? You want that to be your first smell? I mean, why not just get the McDonald's body spray and everywhere you go, people smell fries, or even better, the Auntie Anne's body spray. So you get that smell of pretzel in the mall on your body.
Well,
because it attracts people to it.
It attracts people to it. Yeah, it does.
I like bacon body spray. I'd do that.
Would you?
Smell like bacon? Yeah. Yeah, I keep getting bit by dogs. Don't know why, but
right. But you'd also you smell like a pig.
Yeah, really. I'll give you 2 more that I found. Cheetos lip balm. Oh. Cheetos. The Cheetos with the orange in the mess. And they made lip balm. I just can't,
Interesting.
I wonder if it was actually orange or if it just tasted like Cheetos. But do you want Cheeto taste on your lips?
Well, you know something?
Tammy
put watermelon lip gloss on last night.
Watermelon's good.
Great.
Cherry, strawberry, that's all good. Yeah. Not Cheetos.
Well, the big Cheetos fans out there,
They'd be like, what flavor lip balm you got? Onion ring. Come on in, baby.
What is it?
Garlic.
Yeah,
I plan on kissing a vampire. Going to kill him.
popcorn.
Popcorn. Yeah.
Popcorn. Tammy says she's got. You have popcorn lip gloss?
I don't know.
That's good because like if you have popcorn lip gloss, use it because every time you taste popcorn, you want more.
Now, this is the best bad idea of all bad ideas ever. And this is true. You can look it up. Colgate, the toothbrush makers.
Yeah.
With that big red, it's the red block with the white letters Colgate. You can recognize it a million miles away.
Oh, yeah.
They decided to make dinners. And they used the exact same logo they used on toothpaste. And they were like
dinners,
kind of like Swanson dinners and TV dinners and stuff. They made Colgate dinners. And all I'm thinking is people love the taste of toothpaste so much that they want to get some chicken cordon bleu from their toothpaste. It was Colgate, for some reason, decided to get into the dinner market.
I've never seen that. That just seems
it died.
So
it died
weird.
So quick.
Yeah.
It died. Yeah, a quick death. But
frozen food that's good for your teeth.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I wonder if,
frozen food that prevents cavities.
Why just eat corn when you can brush your teeth too?
Glory, glory.
Not going there again. Wow. So, there's so many different things. Wait a minute. Gene said Jiffy Pop. Now, come on. Jiffy Pop is like, there's nothing wrong with Jiffy Pop. In fact, I miss Jiffy Pop. Do you remember doing that when you were a kid and having it?
I'll tell you, the last time I saw Jiffy Pop, this is great.
Wait, is this when you were camping?
It was when we were camping, and Tammy managed to get Jiffy Pop popping over like flaming fire, where because we couldn't, because the log we lit
as opposed to the
wasn't
unflaming fire, which is the other one, but the flaming
well, it was
fire.
flaming fire.
It was flaming fire.
Flaming
yes.
fire.
We were camping on South Beach. Sorry.
Yeah. Was it? Is that, how many South Beaches we have?
No.
All right. So
none now.
But she managed to get, without it totally lighting on fire, she managed to, and it was good. Jiffy Pop popcorn was good. But Tammy was talking about popcorn perfume, which I don't know, Tammy. I don't think I've smelled that on you.
Popcorn perfume. Yeah. No, I can see popcorn perfume, because you want to smell like a dirty movie theater. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. And actually, if you can put sticky stuff on your hands so that when you touch somebody, you stick to them, you'd be a movie theater right there. Or, you smell like popcorn and I stick to you.
Or if you spray that popcorn spray on you, spray it on the bottom of your shoes so that everywhere you walk, you stick to the floor.
So my mother was talking about, it's my mom Sandy, and she was talking about the Colgate meals, minty meatloaf. There's a nice
minty meatloaf.
Would you like some mint meatloaf? Now, would that be paste or gel?
or cauliflower that is extra white.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, it's gleaming cauliflower.
That's right. Clean your teeth with our frozen dinners.
Oh boy, there's so many things that we can keep talking about. But I wanna move on because we've really got to get to some curiosities. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. So without further ado,
ado. What is ado?
Well,
ado is something that you have to complete.
It means without actually stepping in a pile of dew.
What does that slow you up?
You can slip.
You can.
Without further ado, it's what? It's like Shakespeare stuff. Ado.
Much ado of.
It's like an ado, like a to do, like a something like that.
Without further ado.
Ado.
Okay.
Okay. Why are we obsessed with this? I don't know, but right now it is. There we go. It's time for Scott's Curiosity.
It's about time we got something like that. I finally got
something.
That is great. And the curiosity that I have is, where did you get that picture?
That is a picture. It was on a post office wall for a while.
Looked like a milk carton.
It was, yeah. All right.
Okay.
Scott's Curiosities. And this is just things that come through my head and it kind of pass through over the 2-week period between shows. And I kind of write them down and I've got my nice little, this is my curiosity book. It's kind of the LOL Bible that I use here. And if you're offended because I actually use the word Bible, then too bad.
Do you, is that only for curiosities? That
No,
book?
no, I use other notes too. It's like I got curiosities and I got different notes about what we'll talk about and different things.
Oh, okay.
You know,
so that is, what's the sticker you got on the front?
the sticker says LOL podcast notes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. High-end stuff here. This sticker, I wrote on it with a Sharpie.
I didn't even see one note in there.
There's no, yeah, it's an 8th note. It's very small. All right. Do fish ever get thirsty? I mean, do we ever think about that? I mean, it's like thirst. We get thirsty. Every animal on the planet needs liquid. But do fish, I mean, does a salmon swimming upstream ever stop and say, wait a minute, Bob, I got to get a drink? Do they ever get thirsty?
Wow. Okay.
I mean, is there a process in which they put water in their, I mean, I know water passes through them
It
constantly.
passes through them.
Passes through their gills, but do they, I don't know.
Do they get
Do
dehydrated?
they swallow water
in
in a different way than breathing it?
Do they get dehydrated from swimming so
Yeah.
much?
I'm just curious. I don't know. Maybe.
All right. Now I want you, Scott, don't listen to this. I want you to notice that after a couple of the curiosities, Scott will always say, think about that.
I do.
Think about that.
You know why? Because I want you to think about it.
Think about it.
By the way, we got a comment here. Gene is asking if LOL podcast shirts are coming soon. Yes, our store will be opening soon.
Oh,
Our store will be opening soon. It's going to be part of the Bio Cafe, Bio Health Cafe, where there's going to be nutrients and different things. And then there's going to be a separate LOL store right within the cafe. So it's going to be a whole little shopping experience that we're putting together.
oh good.
And we're
you
going
don't
to
even have to leave your home.
We're going to have hats, shirts, sweatshirts, and underwear.
A complete wardrobe.
And underwear, because
you want to feel
wouldn't you like
LOL under.
Wouldn't you like those two faces on your ass when you're walking around all day?
Without anybody knowing it.
That way, when people say you're an asshole, I say, no, I've actually got two. Scott and Gary. All right. Okay, moving on. Pilots. When you go to school to be a pilot, now you should know this. You worked at JetBlue.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have any crash courses?
Yes, they do.
There is a crash course for pilots?
It is a crash course.
Okay. I'm just curious. Probably not a good term to use.
It is
not a good term.
They do have crash courses to do if there's an emergency.
Okay.
Now that's an interesting curiosity. A very legitimate.
Did they actually call it a crash course?
It's called a crash course.
Wow. See, I didn't know that. So I guess it's not really a curiosity. It's more of a things we didn't know.
In flight.
It's just a really bad choice of words.
In flight. Yeah, well, yeah.
It's a bad choice of words. But I guess, I mean, what do you do in a crash?
Well, they probably
put your head between your legs, kiss your ass goodbye. That's what you do.
Well, they have a little poem, a little song that goes with it. Heads down. Don't look around. There's some kind of thing that they repeat to all the passengers. That's what they're called, passengers.
Okay. When they were asking George Washington for ID when he went places, do you think he just pulled out a quarter?
No, $1.
He's on a quarter too.
Yeah, but he pulled out $1.
But he's on a quarter too.
Yeah, but he pulled out $1.
Okay.
Okay, I know. I'm a big George Washington fan. I've got pictures of him.
If you've got a cold hot pocket, isn't it just a pocket? Why do they call them hot pockets? Until you heat it up, it's just a pocket.
It's a frozen pocket.
It's like, what they should write on the box. I mean, truth in advertising could be hot pocket. Eventually hot pocket, but it's not a hot pocket because it's cold.
Cooled off pocket.
That's right. Do you ever go places down here at the beach? We get it all the time. You see signs, no shirts, no shoes, no service. I'm just wondering if you got shirts on and shoes on, but you go without pants, do they have to serve you?
Do they have
I'm talking like
Do they have
I'm talking like
shirts and shoes?
buck naked.
Well, if you're buck naked and
What is buck
then
naked anyway?
buck naked is a buck running through the forest. That's the animal they chose to. They can say dog naked.
I don't know. I
But
think
sometimes
but
dogs
aren't
have
we closer to like apes and stuff? Shouldn't they say baboon naked?
gorilla naked,
Gorilla naked.
ape naked.
Ape naked. Oh, I like ape naked. That's good.
Yeah, but buck naked.
Buck
It's
naked.
got that punch to it.
Yeah, that's
Buck.
because
Buck
they came up with that idea up in the hot mountains in Tennessee. You know.
So here with buck naked.
Yeah, but, yeah.
Tammy could do those. She does that accent really good. Buck
I
naked.
thought it was antlers. It was just bedhead.
No, it was bad.
Damn,
it was
shot Billy
bedhead.
Bob again. Some bitch.
It was a horny deer.
What happened to Old Zealand? Nobody ever talks about it.
Right. And how long is Zealand going to be new?
Really? After a period of time, it's like, hey, listen, New York, kind of used, not so new anymore. But what happened to Old Zealand? Nobody ever talked. It's something. I bet you there's a scandal behind that. Probably involved the Kardashians or something. I don't know.
The new Kardashians?
The new Kardashians. Why don't they call this? Why did they call it a mustache? Shouldn't it just be called a mouth brow? I got eyebrows. I got two of my eyebrows right below it. It's a mouth brow. Why not just call it that?
Well, why isn't this an eye stash?
There you go. Eye stash, mouth brow. Get it right, people. It's like 6 inches apart.
Well, it's basically because you can't move your mustache up and down. Eyebrows, brows.
What do you mean? I'm talking. It's moving up and
brows
down
are
constantly.
expression.
Oh, I can express things with my mouth. You want to hear one? No. Yeah, did you see that mouth brow move?
Yeah, I
yeah, that was
I
going.
did.
That was going. You know, one of the tragedies in life is at SeaWorld, they actually have a seafood restaurant.
Do they?
How horrible is that?
Oh, that's horrible.
Timmy, let's go watch the dolphins. Then we're going to go eat one of them.
That's horrible.
They do have a
They
seafood restaurant at SeaWorld.
there? Oh,
Yes. Yes.
that'll end soon.
Our lunch
Just like-
special is the dolphin that would not jump today.
That'll end soon. The what's it called? The
PETA.
Yeah.
PETA.
Well, PETA, but that's not what I know. The guy, Pacheco. Alex Pacheco is the guy that.
That's Al Pacino.
No, Alex Pacheco is the guy that formed.
PETA.
You know, Alex. He comes to every Wednesday show.
Oh,
You must
okay.
have met
Yeah.
Yeah, he formed it. He's Mr. PETA.
Really?
No, but what is it? The
I like pita bread. Does that count?
what is the
Got a nice
organization?
pocket in it and everything.
What is the organization that changes everything? The people that we're talking about Dr. Seuss books.
Is
what
that
is
like
it
the ACLU? No.
It's
It's
somebody help me here.
It's the idiots who thought that actually having to change Dr. Seuss books made any sense at all.
Yeah, it's just
Come on.
the fun takers of
Yeah.
the world. you
Well,
know?
we can't have that out there because green eggs have been awfully offended.
green eggs.
I mean,
No,
come on.
all the people that are green.
PETA went up to New York and they wanted to
Yeah,
change the
really?
name of a town. We got a town in New York called Fishkill, New York, and they wanted to change the name of the town because it's not appropriate. Fishkill.
Nothing is appropriate anymore.
Yeah, I know. I mean, listen, I understand the Redskins changing their name to the football team, Washington football team. What I don't understand is why they couldn't come up with a new name before
Washington.
the season started. They had some good ones, Red Hawks, and some other ones that would have been great.
Oh, the Hawks would have been
The Hawks,
pissed.
Yeah, we can't name it the Red Hawks because
Can't
then if
name
you
it the Red Hawks because
because they might become endangered, and then if one of them hits another one on the field, it's like, well, it's a representation of hitting an endangered species. Holy shit, people, get over yourselves.
yeah, I mean, nobody can say anything anymore.
You can't say anything to anybody. Man, I actually said something. I was trying to talk about a little person, and I don't know if that's the right term anymore or not.
Right.
I gotta use my hands to show you who I'm talking about. And I didn't know. I mean, you used to say certain things, and you can't say them. And I don't know what the right term is anymore. I think they need to have a weekly bulletin that goes out to people and saying, "Here are the words you can't say this week."
1984, Newspeak.
George Carlin is turning over in his grave with all this bullshit that's going on. I'm
Oh
telling you
yeah.
right now.
He would have a field day.
I believe there's certain things, N-words and different things like that I think should be abolished. I mean, it's absolutely, because there's no, but I mean, just pick a name and go with it. Don't say this week we don't like to be called that name anymore. Now we want this one. And
Right.
stop being ridiculous. If animals are in trouble, go save those animals. But if a town is named Fishkill, what the hell's that got to do with anything?
Right.
Anyway. All right, let me move on real quick. I think all the answers lie in Old Zealand. So if we ever find it,
Old Zealand is at the bottom of the ocean.
You know, we always say bye-bye to people.
Why don't we say hello, hello?
Yes.
Is that where you're going on?
That's exactly where.
Hi.
What? I knew you'd get that. Why not say that? I mean, say that and watch people look at you. And it's like, you know, bye-bye. They say bye-bye. You don't need to say it twice. Maybe that started because 2 people were leaving one day and somebody heard it and said, oh, that's interesting. Thank God it wasn't 20 people. We'd be saying bye-bye, 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 bye-bye.
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 Bye-bye. But
sometimes they don't even say the first full word. It's like, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So now we're just doing the Mel Tillis version of saying goodbye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Oh, I'm sorry. Made fun of stuttering people. Not allowed to do that either.
That's right.
Holy shit. All right.
Now you're saying something that is making shit holy.
Why do we say work like a dog? Dogs don't work. You know what dogs do? They take a nap. They get up, they eat something, they shit, then they go lay down again.
Well, if
you're working like a dog, you should be fired.
If you watch a dog ripping apart a pillow, they're working hard.
Well, yeah, if my job was to rip apart pillows, I mean, I could look like I'm working hard too, but I'm having a lot of fun doing it.
They use dogs for a lot of sayings, you know?
Right.
Dog eat dog.
Dog eat dog. What is that? Do dogs actually do?
It's a dog.
I'm sorry, rented lips. Do dogs eat other dogs?
No.
Yeah.
So why do people use it's all comes from the They Show. when we do the They Show.
As a matter of fact, we're gonna revisit next show we're doing. We are going to take a snippet from all of our different shows and kind of relive them. We're not going to actually show the shows, but we're gonna do a handful of pet peeves. We're going to do some of the theys. We're going to do some of the other things that we've done. And we're going to come up with
a show not to be missed, folks.
A show not to be missed. We're going to revisit some of our favorite parts and kind of reenact them and have some fun with that. All right. So anyway, let me get one or two more in. There's no name for the top of my feet. Did you realize that there's every body part you have has a name? Shins, butt, belly, this, that, the bottom of your feet or the soles of your feet. There is no name for the top of your foot.
And there's the ball of your feet.
The ball of your feet, the heel of your foot.
No, there is something. There is something for the top of your foot.
There is not.
There is.
All right, some psychotic podiatrist who's out there.
That's arches on the bottom.
The arch is on the bottom. If the arch is on the top, you got a messed up foot.
There is a name for that top part of the foot. I think it's called top of my foot.
It's
wow. He just looked at me like, I can't believe you
Thank you, Mr. Webster. We appreciate that. That was awesome. All right.
Mr. Webster.
Last thing, for all of my Jersey friends, just a reminder, a wise man and a wise guy are not the same thing. I just want to remind everybody of that. When you're reading about the wise men in the Bible, you cannot refer to them as the wise guys who showed up with gifts, okay? Just letting people know that.
I'm glad he let people know that.
Yes, because everything is, just Jersey, we got wise guys, and in the Bible, they get the wise men. It's not the same thing. It's kind of like the butt dial and booty call, like I talked about last time.
Butt dial and booty call. That's right.
Anyway, that's where we are with the show. I want to remind everybody that we do this because we want to spread the word about helping people with addictions and getting involved in finding ways to help others if that's what you're driven towards. Become a certified event interventionist through ATC. You can call Karen directly at 786-514-0893 if you're interested in taking the course. It's online. You work at your own convenience. It's if you take it beginning to end, it's 6.5 hours, but you could just I think the modules are 20 minutes each. You break them up and do them however you want. Very affordable. And if you want to save extra, give her a call and she'll give you that savings. You could check out more about us at atceducation.com. And of course, remember to check out our Facebook pages for Live Out Loud Podcast, Addiction Training Center, and our YouTube channels at Live Out Loud Podcast and ATC Network. That's where we are at. We want people to join us. And if you want to start your own podcast, you always thought about doing it, come on in here. Gary and I will get you launched. And it's really not that expensive to get your own podcast going. You can work right from our studio. And if that's not convenient for you, you can actually be at home and we can engineer your podcast from here.
Nothing like being at home, working at home.
That's it.
A lot of people found that out in the last year.
So, Gary, let's talk a little bit real quick because we got to close out the show as we normally do with what's happening in the music scene and what's happening with your bands and everybody else. So what do you got going? I know tonight's a private party and nobody else is invited. It's just Gary, a guitar, and a closet.
Yeah, well, GDR is a band that is getting together that Dean is in, and Eldad and a couple other wonderful people, Frank Vestry.
What's it called?
I don't think they're on right now, but it's called GDR. It's Great Decades of Rock.
Yes, greatest decades of rock, I think is what. Yeah, That I saw that coming. Are they ready to play yet? Are they coming out?
They're coming out soon. They're coming out soon.
I look forward to seeing that.
Yeah, it should be really good. It's a good group of people. Also, we're gonna the Threedles are gonna be at Blue Jean Blues on Sunday.
Okay.
So we can get.
Which town is that in?
That is in Fort Lauderdale, just north of Oakland Park Boulevard.
Okay.
On the beach.
So it's north of Los Alamos, I think, right?
It's those. No. Way past, just north of Oakland Park Boulevard. There's a group of stores. It's like this little plaza, just north of Walgreens. That's on Oakland Park Boulevard.
I'm sure a lot of people know it.
You'll see the dive bar. It's on the corner, but it's in that shopping plaza a little bit. We start at 8:00.
And of course, you have Wednesday night at Galuppi's, our friends over at Galuppi's.
Wednesday night, every Wednesday at Galuppi's. Mm-hmm.
And that goes from basically 6 to 9 is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a great place. A little later. Have dinner there. Listen to the music. I mean, it's so much fun. You can get up close and really get into the music. You can take a table a little bit back, just listen to music and enjoy a dinner. And there's enough space where if you want to it's not like a loud concert where you can't talk. Mm-hmm. It's just a perfect venue. And it's so much fun watching you guys. And you guys have so much fun together, the three of you.
Mm-hmm. And try to
I saw John Tillman smile once. No, I'm kidding. He's like always that guy who's just always ready to play.
Yeah.
It's like you and Tom are talking. It's like, and then all of a sudden you say like one word to him and he's already playing. And it's like, does he like know every song ever written? Is that what it seems like with him?
He's got a book like that big of songs.
Wow.
Yeah. We're trying to get him on a laptop or on a.
He hasn't found the electronic age yet.
Yeah. Well, he's got a laptop, but what he's doing is he's taking pictures of the pages that he's got.
Wow.
And his book is huge.
I saw that thing.
Huge.
I saw that thing. You'd kill somebody with that book if that fell off that stand.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep.
All right. How about Wolfpack? Anybody else got going on long run?
We rehearsed. We did rehearse with Wolfpack Thursday. So Wolfpack is going to be coming back. I'm not sure exactly what the dates are soon, but we'll be at Arts Garage sometime in July, I think.
Fantastic.
But Wolfpack. Yeah, absolutely Wolfpack.
Well, again, it's always exciting. I want to remind everybody this Wednesday, meet me out at Galuppi's, and we'd love to entertain some of our LOL people and have some fun, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
All right.
Let us know that you watch LOL, and we'll try to set you up with some psychiatric evaluation.
I think most of our listeners qualify for needing that.
Is that too passive? That just go right over your heads.
That's the deal. All right. So thanks everybody for joining us. We want to make sure you guys all have a great weekend. Enjoy this week. Be kind to each other and do all those things. Gary, any final words?
Yeah, my temptation is listening, so I love you, baby.
Oh, how's the grandchild? I don't want to because it's still so new and it's
Denver
so cool.
is getting cuter and cuter and cuter.
I saw the pictures. He's adorable.
The pictures are incredible.
He's adorable.
And Tammy has found a new voice, you know, that I've never heard before when she talks to the
grandma
baby.
voice.
The grandma voice.
That's so
Well, it's
cool.
adorable. I mean,
are you like into the granddad kind of thing now?
I haven't had a chance to. I held the baby once since it's been born.
It was a judgment call, I guess. I don't know. I wasn't allowed to hold my kids either. So, you know.
Well, yeah, I get a little nervous, but you know, I love kids, but I haven't been able to do the. He's only 3 months old, so he's not really, you know.
I know with women, I think something kicks in when they hold a baby, and it's like when guys hold a baby, it's like, oh shit, all right,
I'm doing something wrong here.
The head's rolling. Will it come off? Will it come off? It's like, what's going to happen?
You got to hold the head, and then you see everybody watching you like this.
Yeah.
and it's got.
Wait a minute. Why is my arm so warm?
That I don't mind.
Tammy.
I've had 3 kids of my own. You've had kids.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Listen, we change their diaper, you know, at least once a day. All right. Whether they, you know.
No, that's your diaper.
That was my.
Oh, that's my diaper.
That was ours. All right. Thanks everybody for joining us. We'll catch you next time right here on Live Out Loud. I'm Scott.
I'm Gary.
Everyone take care now.
Be good to people.